Okay, this is our discussion on New Insights on Poverty by Hans Rosling. So what did you guys think of his video?
Well, I guess I could talk about some things I found interesting. I thought it was cool that he compared different countries, like our country, to like other countries that now are very much in poverty and very low, like that we actually were at that level. In my mind, I guess I always was like, yeah, the U.S. We're always, it's always been just great. Yeah. But like, for example, they compared us to, let's see, the Philippines. Like that's where I served my mission, and they're very much in poverty. And just that it said in 1957, we finally reached the same health as them. That they actually were more advanced than us. And then in 1915, India, we had more money than India, but their child expectancy for them to live longer was more than us. Like just to think, wow, India, like, like I don't know. Yeah. It's really quite fascinating, I think.
I thought it was interesting and like an important point that he made that you can't, I mean, you have to look over generations of time to see, actually where the countries have been and how much they've improved, and not just say, like, I don't remember which countries he was using as example. I think he was like Africa or something like that, to say they're the ones that are actually improving the most because they started way down here, and it's kind of interesting to like see where they are. But I thought that was a good point that you can't just use the last couple of years. You have to look over generations of time.
I think like showing that we started out at the bottom and like came up, I think it shows that like the poorer countries do have a chance of like getting to our level, since we started out so low about to where they were, and they were like some parts were greater in their country than in ours, and showing that like our country is just improved so much, they can do the same thing, I think.
That's cool.
Yeah. I like how he showed like where his grandmothers were like all through, when it showed like Japan and Sweden and the U.S. like when it was showing like their growth and like where his great grandmother was and his great grandmother and like so on. I thought that was cool.
Made it come more real, real life. To think back to like our families, like what was it like then?
Right.
Oh, they really have advanced a lot, even just in the United States. Just everything.
It was cool the comparisons he did, like driving down the street, like picked a house, and like this was their amount of money they got per day, and just to see, I mean, just even driving down the street, like how big of a difference there were in each of the houses, and how much money they made a day.
I thought that was really cool. It reminded me of my mission because I served in the Philippines, and there were some houses that were a lot wealthier, that had like brick homes, and then inside they had, or not even brick, but like cinder block, I guess, and they had like actual bathrooms. They still weren't as nice as the United States, but they still had them. And then other houses, I would be like, oh, could I use your restroom? And it was, oh, you could go outside, or you could go to this room, but it's just dirt floor. And then I felt bad going on it because it's like part of their house, but
That's what
like
they
just
do.
things like that. I was just like, wow, this is, I don't know, it's just really sad. Just because of the difference in money.
Yeah.
So where do your countries like fit along the increasing, I'm talking about like with technology, where do you think yours would fall, like with your poverty and everything? Like I think mine would be,
What's your country?
Laos. I think mine would be probably lower, not high, or in the middle, like lowish, because there's a lot of poverty unless they live in huts and stuff.
Yeah, mine's really impoverished too.
Yeah, their health is probably lower too.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Healthcare. What about like expectancy, like infants or?
It was kind of high-ish, like the death rate. Is that what you're kind of talking about? Yeah. So it's improved definitely, but it's still not like that great.
All of our countries are like super poverty.
Right.
So
they're all in that same boat.
Yeah. I can't imagine what that would be like. Like on the 10 pictures we had to like do for that project. It's just so sad seeing like that they're still in that state that we were like hundreds of years ago.
A long time ago. I thought it was interesting that he said, like, we can get out of poverty. Like countries are doing it. You know, it's not like a permanent state, and the economies are growing and stuff like that. And
I thought it was cool how he wrapped it up. Like, first, well, he like listed the different dimensions of the developments of the countries, and he, like humanitarian or human rights, education, health, culture, and we've talked about those things and how they're important. But he's like, some are more important than others. We just need to prioritize correctly and apply it. Like, set the right goals, and then this is what we need to focus on. And as we do it, it will improve, like you said. And then he ended, and it's like the seemingly impossible is possible. So
that's perfect.
we all just need to keep working together.
All the
As
countries.
a world.
Yeah.
United Nations. But I think it's also kind of our responsibility as countries that are the core ones to sacrifice a little and go and help
out.
them, teach them, educate them.
Yeah.
My brother and sister are actually doing that in Morocco right now. They're educating youth actually right now about just life skills and things to help them
That's
better,
awesome.
get better life. A
Yeah.
better life.
To help them develop in their country, to help
Mhm.
their country develop would be tough for us.
That's kind of cool.
All right.
That's great, guys.
Sounds good. Yay.